Africa's 10 Wealthiest Kings in 2026. The richest king on the continent. Africa is home to some of the oldest kingdoms and royal traditions on Earth. But behind the crowns, palaces, and centuries of history, some African monarchs are also connected to remarkable fortunes. Some built businesses before becoming kings. Others inherited royal wealth, while some combined traditional authority with investments in oil, real estate, finance, mining, and other industries. But there is one monarch whose estimated fortune reaches into the billions. So, who are Africa's 10 wealthiest kings and traditional monarchs in 2026? And who is the richest king on the continent? Let's count them down. Number 10. Togbe Afede, the 14th of Ghana. We begin in Ghana with Togbe Afede the 14th, the Agbogbomefaya of the Asoli state. Unlike many traditional rulers, Togbe Afede has a strong background in business and finance. He has been involved in investment and financial services and has held leadership positions in Ghana's corporate sector. His business experience has allowed him to combine traditional leadership with modern entrepreneurship. As the ruler of Asogli, he has also been involved in education, development, and investment initiatives. His wealth is generally estimated in the tens of millions of dollars, although his exact personal fortune is not publicly audited. But his story is only the beginning, because the next king built his reputation in one of Africa's biggest cities. Number 9. Oba Rilwan Akiolu of Nigeria. Oba Rilwan Akiolu is the Oba of Lagos, and his kingdom sits at the heart of Nigeria's commercial powerhouse. But before becoming king, he spent decades in the Nigerian police force, eventually rising to the rank of Assistant Inspector General. He became Oba of Lagos in 2003. Since then, he has become one of Nigeria's most recognizable traditional leaders. His wealth is associated with private investments and property, with public estimates generally placing his fortune in the tens of millions of dollars. But his greatest asset may be the influence attached to his position. Lagos is home to some of Nigeria's wealthiest businesses, entrepreneurs, and families. And the next monarch also has a strong connection to business. Number 8. Obi Nnaemeka Alfred Achebe of Nigeria. Obi Nnaemeka Alfred Achebe is the Obi of Onitsha. Before becoming king, he built an impressive corporate career. He held senior positions associated with major international companies, including Unilever and Shell. That experience gave him decades of knowledge in business and management. He later became the traditional ruler of Onitsha, one of southeastern Nigeria's most important commercial centers. Onitsha is famous for its huge markets and powerful trading culture. Obi Achebe has combined his traditional responsibilities with corporate leadership and community development. His wealth has been estimated in the tens of millions of dollars, although the exact figure is difficult to verify. But our next monarch has an even more famous kingdom. Number 7. Oba Ewuare II of Nigeria. Oba Ewuare II is the Oba of Benin and the 40th monarch of the historic Benin Kingdom. The kingdom has a history stretching back centuries and is famous around the world for its art, culture, and royal traditions. But Oba Ewuare also has an international background. Before becoming king, he worked in diplomacy and served Nigeria in international assignments. That experience gave him a unique combination of royal leadership and international knowledge. Since taking the throne, he has remained a major figure in the preservation and promotion of Benin culture. His wealth is generally estimated in the tens of millions of dollars. But the real value of the Benin Kingdom goes far beyond money. Its history and cultural heritage make the throne one of Africa's most significant. And now we move to another legendary Yoruba throne. Number 6. Oba Adeyeye Enitan Ogunwusi, the Ooni of Ife. The Ooni of Ife holds one of the most important traditional positions in Yoruba culture. Ile-Ife is regarded as a major spiritual and historical center of Yoruba civilization. But the Ooni is also a businessman. Before becoming king in 2015, Oba Ogunwusi was involved in entrepreneurship, real estate, engineering, and procurement. His business background has shaped his approach to modern traditional leadership. He has promoted investment, entrepreneurship, tourism, and development while becoming one of Africa's most recognizable monarchs. His wealth has been estimated in the tens of millions of dollars. But his influence extends far beyond his fortune. He represents an ancient royal institution while embracing the modern business world. And now we reach the top 5. Number 5. Sultan Sa'adu Abubakar III of Nigeria. The Sultan of Sokoto is one of Nigeria's most influential traditional and Islamic leaders. The institution traces its roots to the historic Sokoto Caliphate and remains enormously important across northern Nigeria. But the Sultan's background is not limited to royalty. Before becoming Sultan, Sa'adu Abubakar served in the Nigerian army and rose to the rank of Brigadier General. He became Sultan in 2006. Since then, he has played an important role in national discussions involving religion, peace, and traditional leadership. Some public estimates have placed his personal fortune around $100 million, although this figure is not independently verified. His influence, however, is difficult to measure in money. He leads one of Africa's most historically significant traditional institutions. But the next monarch is different. He is not simply a traditional ruler. He is the king of an entire country. Number 4. King Mswati III of Eswatini. King Mswati III is the monarch and head of state of Eswatini. He became king in 1986, following the death of his father, King Sobhuza II. Unlike most rulers on this list, Mswati is the sovereign of an independent African nation. His wealth has been estimated at around $100 million by some sources, although other estimates have been higher. The king's wealth is connected to personal assets, as well as interests surrounding the royal family and monarchy. That makes his fortune difficult to calculate precisely. Still, his position makes him one of Africa's most powerful monarchs. But the next king built much of his fortune himself, and his business is one of Nigeria's biggest industries. Number 3. Oba Obateru Akinruntan of Nigeria. Oba Obateru Akinruntan is the Olugbo of Ugbo Kingdom. His story is different from almost everyone else on this list. Before becoming king, he became a successful entrepreneur. In 1981, he founded Obat Oil. The company reportedly started with just one filling station and eventually grew into a major petroleum business with numerous stations and large storage facilities. His success in the oil industry made him one of Nigeria's wealthiest traditional rulers. He later became the Olugbo of Ugbo Kingdom. Forbes historically estimated his fortune at around $300 million. That is an older estimate, but it shows the extraordinary scale of the business empire he built. His story proves that in modern Africa, a king can build a fortune before ever wearing the crown. But now we arrive at Ghana, and our number 2 sits on one of Africa's most famous royal thrones. Number 2. Otumfuo Osei Tutu II of Ghana. Otumfuo Osei Tutu II is the Asante-Hene, the traditional ruler of the Ashanti Kingdom. The Asante Kingdom has played a major role in West African history for centuries. Its power was closely connected to gold, trade, and a sophisticated political system. At the heart of Asante identity is the famous golden stool. Otumfuo Osei Tutu II became Asantehene in 1999. Since then, he has become one of Ghana's most internationally recognized traditional leaders. But he is not only a king, he also has a background in business and finance, with interests connected to investment and property. Different sources have produced different estimates of his personal wealth, but there is no universally accepted audited figure. His influence, however, is undeniable. From education and development to culture and international diplomacy, the Asantehene has remained an important figure in Ghana and beyond. But even this legendary throne is not number one, because the richest monarch on our list is in North Africa. Number 1. King Mohammed VI of Morocco. King Mohammed VI is widely regarded as Africa's wealthiest monarch, and unlike most of the names on this list, his estimated fortune reaches into the billions of dollars. Public estimates have placed his wealth at around $2 billion or more, although figures vary depending on which royal investments and family assets are included. A major part of the story is Al Mada, a Moroccan investment group with interests in banking, mining, telecommunications, energy, agriculture, and other industries. These investments help explain why the Moroccan monarchy is associated with such enormous wealth. But King Mohammed VI's story is about more than money. He became king in 1999 after the death of his father, King Hassan II. During his reign, Morocco has expanded major industries, including automobiles, aerospace, tourism, banking, and renewable energy. Moroccan companies have also expanded into other African markets. So, while Morocco's monarchy has centuries of history, the economic empire surrounding it operates firmly in the modern world. And that is why King Mohammed VI takes the number 1 position. But here is the question. Do you agree with this ranking? Which African king do you think is the wealthiest? And if you could visit one African kingdom, which one would you choose? Morocco, Ashanti, Benin, Ife, Sokoto, Eswatini, or another kingdom? Tell us in the comments. Subscribe for more African wealth rankings, richest people, luxury neighborhoods, powerful families, and the business empires shaping the continent. Because Africa's royal history is ancient. But the wealth behind the crowns is changing.